Hello and welcome back to the Google Flights Guide. This is episode 3 where we're going to be talking about price tracking tips. Now, as I mentioned in the previous video, I think price tracking is one of the best features of Google Flights because not many other sites have the same capabilities. Specifically, we're going to be talking about are you getting a good deal and how Google Flights helps you figure that out. Historical price graph, so you can evaluate the trends of your flight price and determine if now is a good time to buy. And finally, tracking your flights. How exactly can you track it and make sure you don't miss a price decrease? For today's flight search, we're going to depart from Los Angeles International Airport and go to Tokyo. We can see again, just like I talked about in the first video, there are multiple Tokyo airports. We're going to focus our search today on Haneda Airport, which is closer to the city center. Now the dates we're going to choose are going to be May 21st through May 28th. Now we're going to put into practice our findings from the second tutorial video and just sort by nonstop only, so that way we have just a couple of results to look at. Now on some searches, you're immediately going to get this pop-up at the top of your screen saying that prices are currently low, average, or high, and giving a specific number of how cheap or expensive it is. We can open this and take a look at the general range for prices based on Google's findings and where exactly the current price falls. Now it's important to realize that what Google considers low, average, or high in price is based on a whole number of factors, including the number of stops, the airline, the time of year, and the length of trip. So if we go ahead and just take an example, let's look at the United Airlines round-trip flight from Los Angeles to Tokyo. Once again, at the bottom of the screen, we get a good sense of the price, including how exactly it relates to the norm. In this example, $930 to $2,100 is the average range of prices for flights to Tokyo. This is a massive range, so it isn't necessarily the most useful, but we do already have a sense that $721 is low comparatively by a total of $488 than the average price. Now, if we go back, let's take a look at the Delta Airlines example. So with this one, we're going to be able to look at the exact same chart here, but a lot of the numbers here are different. Now for Delta Airlines, $800 to $1,250 is the norm for flights like this. So even though the price on Delta Airlines is $731, which is on par with the other ones, the price is only $249 cheaper than normal, meaning that the United Airlines flight would be considered a better deal. Now, obviously, only you are able to determine what's a good deal for you. So to actually do the tracking for the prices, it's right up here above the flights. It says to track prices, and you're able to simply toggle it on and off here. Once you toggle it on, it'll give you a pop-up confirming that it's tracking and allow you to view it. Now for comparison purposes, I also want to take a look at another flight. So we're going to go ahead and select this ANA flight so we can see what their price graph looks like. So we'll toggle it off and back on, and we can view all of our tracked prices now. So I have just my two flights here, the ANA round trip and the Delta round trip. The first thing I want to direct your attention to is that the tracker is only looking at the very specific flights that I chose. So if you have any date flexibility or airline flexibility, make sure that you're tracking all of the prices possible. Otherwise, you may miss a price drop. The other part we'll look at here is that you're able to easily eliminate your price searches using the trash icon. We also have notifications currently turned on, and that'll allow Google to send you an email whenever the price goes up or down, which is extremely useful so you don't have to have your eyes glued to this page. So now we're going to look at the price history tool, which is a great way to get an idea if now or later is going to be a better time to buy. So in this case, the tracking goes back to 135 days ago. The amount of time that the price is tracked is going to vary a lot based on every itinerary you look at. So some itineraries will be able to go back several months, some won't have any data at all. So in this case, we see that the price has maintained relative stability with some minor increases and decreases, but right now we are at the all-time low for these flights. So in this case, I would definitely say if you're willing to pay $725 for the round trip ticket, now would be the time to buy because it's the lowest we've seen for this flight. Now we can also look at the Delta Airlines price history. Since it's a different airline and different flights entirely, the price history graph looks extremely different. It also goes back much further, going all the way 241 days ago, nearly 8 full months of price history. Now obviously this one has also maintained relative stability with some increases and decreases to note, but not too many. So in this case, we can see that the all-time high price was $1,626. The all-time low appears to have been $698. Currently, the price is $731, which means that now is still definitely the best time to buy because we really haven't seen prices much lower than this. Sometimes Google does know a lot about the specific flights you're looking at, so they may give you an indication that the price is expected to increase or decrease. This is a relatively new feature, but that again is based on the very specific flights you're looking at and a whole host of other factors. So definitely consider that when you're looking. See if Google thinks the price is going to increase or decrease. That may give you a better indication than the historical changes in the price. So overall, the price search tool, again, is one of my favorite parts of Google Flights. It really is flexible. It allows you to look at very specific itineraries if you don't have much flexibility, and you can even get notifications so that way you can just book as soon as you see that the price is right. Thanks so much for tuning into episode 3 of the Google Flights Guide. Today we discussed everything price tracking and how to know if you're getting a good deal. Next time, we're going to be talking about a little bit of a different topic, which is the Explore tool. The Explore tool is a lot of fun to use and shows you all of the different destinations and prices available, given your specific date and time restrictions. It's a lot of fun to use and is great for the travelers who are flexible and just want to go somewhere on a budget. I can't wait to show you that next time. In the meantime, make sure to like and subscribe, and don't hesitate to reach out with any questions.